in the hidden teachings that never made it into any approved gospel, in the moments between his resurrection and ascension when Jesus walked among his disciples in a body that was no longer fully material. He showed them something that would become one of the most suppressed secrets in all of Christianity. He extended his left hand, palm facing upward, and told them that this hand carries a power the right hand does not possess, a capacity the archons fear so deeply that they inverted its meaning across every culture and religion on earth. For 2,000 years, the left hand has been called sinister evil, the hand of darkness. Children are punished for using it. Religious texts condemn it. Superstitions warn against it. But the ancient Gnostics who preserve the uncensored teachings knew the truth. The left hand is the receiving hand, the channel through which divine energy enters a material body, the portal that connects your physical form directly to the monad without passing through the filters, and controls the archons placed on normal human perception. When you learn to activate your left hand correctly, when you understand what Jesus actually taught about its function, you gain access to abilities the church spent centuries ensuring you would never discover. You can receive direct downloads of knowledge from source consciousness. You can perceive energies and entities invisible to normal sight. You can channel healing frequency that operates outside the laws of material biology and most dangerous to the control system. You can reach through dimensions and extract yourself from the reincarnation trap before the archons can intercept you. This is exactly why the left hand was banned. Not because it is evil, because it is powerful, because it represents a capacity humans were never supposed to remember they possess. If you have ever felt a tingling or warmth in your left palm during meditation or prayer, if your left hand has ever moved involuntarily during moments of high emotion or spiritual experience, if you have ever had the strange impulse to reach out with your left hand towards something you could not see, then the secret is already trying to activate within you. Your body remembers what your conscious mind was taught to forget. The left hand knows its true function, and tonight you are going to learn what the church tried to erase. You did not find this video randomly. The algorithm does not guide chosen ones to this information. Something deeper brought you here. The divine spark inside you, the fragment of monad consciousness that incarnated into your body carrying abilities. The archon system worked to recognize the frequency of these words before your mind could process them. That spark knows the left hand can be activated. That spark is ready for you to remember. And if you can feel something happening in your left palm right now, if there is warmth or tingling or subtle pulsing, then comment the words, "I feel it," below. Let me know you are here. Let me know the activation is already beginning, because in the next 25 minutes you are going to learn what Jesus taught about the left hand, why the church declared it forbidden, how to activate its true function, and what happens when you use it to connect directly to source consciousness, bypassing every archonic control system designed to keep you spiritually blind and dependent. To understand why the left hand holds this power, you need to understand the energetic architecture of the human body as the ancient mystery schools taught it, not as modern science describes it. Your physical body is not a closed biological system. It is an interface point between consciousness and matter, between the eternal spark you truly are and the temporary flesh vehicle you are currently operating. This interface has specific entry and exit points, channels, through which non-physical energy flows into and out of material form. The most powerful of these channels runs through your hands, but the two hands do not function identically. They operate as opposite poles in an energetic circuit. Your right hand is the projecting hand, the transmitter, the point through which your will and intention flow outward into the material world to create, affects, and manifest change. This is why you instinctively use your right hand, or the dominant hand if you are left-handed, to take action, to build, to work, to interact with physical reality. The right hand pushes energy outward, but your left hand operates in the opposite direction. It is a receiving hand, the channel through which energy from higher dimensions flows into your material form. When functioning correctly, your left hand acts as an antenna tuned to frequencies far beyond physical perception, pulling down information, healing energy, and direct transmission from the monad itself. The ancient initiates understood this perfectly. Egyptian hieroglyphs show the gods extending their left hands to receive. The Ankh, the symbol of eternal life from the realm of spirit. Hindu mudras, the sacred hand positions used in meditation, consistently place the left hand in receiving postures while the right hand projects. Buddhist artwork depicts enlightened beings with left palms open and facing upward to receive divine light. Every genuine spiritual tradition preserves some fragment of this knowledge. The left hand is the doorway through which the infinite enters the finite. But then something changed as the archon influenced. Religious systems rose to power as the church consolidated control over spiritual teaching. The left hand became demonized. Suddenly, it was the sinister hand from the Latin word for left. It was the hand of the devil, the hand used in black magic, the hand that must be suppressed and trained out of use. Children born left-handed were forced to use their right hands, sometimes through punishment severe enough to cause psychological trauma, because the controllers understood what most people do not. A human with an activated left hand is far harder to control. They receive information directly from source. They do not need priests or intermediaries. They see through deceptions because truth flows into them without passing through the filters of institutional authority. They heal themselves and others without needing pharmaceutical or medical intervention, and they can navigate the realms beyond death without falling into the archon traps that recycle most souls back into incarnation. This is not speculation. This is energetic mechanics that the mystery schools taught for thousands of years before the church declared heresy and burned the teachers along with their texts. Jesus was initiated into these mysteries during the years the Bible does not account for the missing period between age 12 and 30 when he studied with the Essenes and other secret lineages who had preserved the original teachings, and when he returned to teach, he demonstrated left-hand power repeatedly, though the gospel writers either did not understand what they were witnessing or deliberately obscured it. When Jesus healed the sick, multiple accounts describe him extending his hand and touching the person, but the original witnesses knew something the later translators removed. He used his left hand, not his right, his left, because healing energy flows through the receiving channel, pulled down from source frequency and transferred into the diseased or damaged body to restore it to its natural state of wholeness. When Jesus raised Lazarus from the tomb, the text says he called out with a loud voice, but the Gnostic accounts, preserved by those who were present, record that he also extended his left hand toward the tomb opening, creating a channel through which Lazarus's departing consciousness could return and re-anchor in the body. The left hand called the spirit back. The right hand would have pushed it further away. And most telling of all, when Jesus appeared to Thomas after the resurrection and told him to place his hand in the wounds to verify they were real, Thomas reached out with his left hand, not to touch, but to perceive. He used the receiving function of his left palm to sense the energetic signature of the risen Christ, and confirmed that this was not a ghost or hallucination, but actual resurrection, body operating at a higher frequency than normal matter. Thomas felt the truth through his left hand before his eyes could fully comprehend what he was seeing. Now extend your left hand in front of you, palm facing upward. Look at it. Really look at it. That hand is not just flesh and bone. It is a receiving antenna, a portal, a gateway between dimensions that has been dormant most of your life because no one taught you how to activate it. In the center of your left palm sits an energy point. The ancient systems called the left Lao Gong. In Chinese medicine, corresponding to the heart meridian, the channel that connects your physical heart to your energetic heart, your eternal consciousness. When this point activates, when energy begins flowing through it clearly, you gain access to perception and abilities that seem impossible from a purely material perspective. You can hold your left hand over someone experiencing pain and feel exactly where the blockage or damage is located. You can extend your left palm toward a person and sense their emotional state, their level of consciousness, even whether they are telling truth or lying. You can place your left hand on an object and receive impressions of its history, who touched it before, what energy it carries, and in deep meditative states, you can extend your left hand upward toward the infinite and feel direct connection to the monad, receiving downloads of information, activation codes, and healing frequencies that bypass all archonic interference. This is what the church could not allow. A population with activated left hands would have no need for institutional religion. They would be receiving guidance directly. They would be healing directly. They would be perceiving truth directly. The entire system of spiritual authority and control would become irrelevant. So the left hand had to be suppressed, and the suppression was remarkably effective. Most modern humans have completely dormant left hand function. The receiving channel is closed, calcified, forgotten. They live their entire lives using only half of their energetic circuitry, projecting outward through the right hand, but never receiving inward through the left. They give and give and give until they are depleted, then wonder why they feel empty and disconnected from source. They were never taught that the left hand is how you refill, how you reconnect, how you receive what the infinite is constantly broadcasting toward you. But the function can be restored. The channel can be reopened. And tonight you are going to learn exactly how Jesus taught his disciples to activate the left hand and use it as a direct connection to source. It was always meant to be. Before I show you the activation technique, you need to understand what happens when the left hand opens. You will become sensitive to energies most people cannot perceive. You will walk into rooms and immediately feel whether the space is clear or Veronic presence is there. You will shake hands with people and instantly know things about them they never told you. You will find yourself spontaneously knowing things you have no logical way of knowing, because information will be flowing into you constantly through the open channel. This can be overwhelming at first. Suddenly, you are receiving input from dimensions you did not know existed, perceiving layers of reality that were invisible before. This is why the activation must be done with clear intention and proper grounding. You are not just opening a door, you are becoming a conscious bridge between the material and spiritual realms. And with that capacity comes responsibility. If you are feeling hesitation right now, if part of you is questioning whether you are ready for this, that is normal. That is your programmed mind recognizing that life will change if you proceed. But beneath that hesitation, if you feel a deeper pull, a knowing that this is why you are here, that this is what you came to remember, then trust that. Comment, I am ready below if you can. Feel that deeper knowing calling you. Forward. Let me know you are prepared to. Activate what the church tried to. Suppress forever. The activation. Technique Jesus taught involves 3 elements: breath, intention, and the sacred posture. Here is exactly how to do it. Find a quiet space where you will not be interrupted for at least 15 minutes. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Extend your left arm forward, elbows slightly bent, palm facing upward toward the sky. Your fingers should be relaxed but not limp, slightly curved as if you are holding something precious but invisible. This is a receiving posture. Now bring your attention to your breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling the breath fill your lungs and expand your chest. As you inhale, visualize light descending from infinite space above you, moving down through the crown of your head, down through your heart center, and flowing down your left arm toward your open palm. As you exhale through your mouth, feel any blockage or density in your left arm and hand, releasing, draining away. Continue this breathing pattern. Inhale, light flows down into your left hand. Exhale, blockages release. After several breaths, you'll begin to feel sensations in your left palm, tingling, warmth, pressure, or subtle pulsing. This is the log-on point activating. This is the channel opening. When you clearly feel sensation in your palm, speak these words aloud. I open this channel to receive the light of the monad. I activate my left hand as a portal of divine reception. No ironic interference may enter here. Only source frequency flows through this channel. As you speak these words, you are setting the intention that programs the function of your left hand. You are declaring that this channel receives only from the highest source, that lower frequencies and ironic manipulation cannot use this doorway. After speaking the words, remain in the posture with your left palm open and continue breathing slowly. For the next 10 minutes, simply observe what you receive. Some people see colors or geometric patterns even with eyes closed. Others hear tones or frequencies. Some receive sudden knowing information, appearing in consciousness without words. Others feel emotional shifts as if burdens they were carrying suddenly lift. Whatever comes, do not try to control it or make sense of it. Immediately, you are receiving directly from source consciousness. The information may not be in a form your logical mind can process instantly. It will integrate over hours and days, and you will find yourself suddenly understanding things you could not grasp before. Practice this activation daily for at least 2 weeks. Each session strengthens the channel, clears more blockage, and increases your capacity to receive. After 2 weeks of consistent practice, the left hand begins to function automatically. You no longer need the formal posture and breath work. The channel stays open. At that point, you can use your left hand spontaneously in daily life. Hold it over your heart when you need guidance and feel the answer flow in. Extend it towards someone who is suffering and channel healing energy to them. Place it on your own body where there's pain or illness and feel source frequency flowing in to restore balance. Point your left palm toward spaces or objects and sense what energies are present. The applications are endless. Once the channel is clear and active, now here is what you must understand about ironic response to this activation. The moment your left hand opens, you become visible to them in a new way. You are no longer just another sleeping human. You are a spark that has activated receiving capacity, that is now pulling frequency directly from source that is operating outside their control systems. They will attempt to interfere. You may experience increased intrusive thoughts during activation. Practice mental arguments trying to convince you this is pointless or dangerous. You may feel physical discomfort in your left arm or hand, sudden pain or heaviness designed to make you stop. You may have dreams where entities try to close your left hand or bind it. All of this is ironic. Counterattack. They are trying to prevent the channel from fully opening. Your response is to persist. Every time interference appears, return to the practice. Breathe. Open your left palm. Speak the intention. Receive the light. Each time you do this, despite resistance, the channel grows stronger, and the archonic ability to interfere weakens. Within 3 to 4 weeks, they give up. You have established a direct connection to Source. They cannot block, and they move to easier targets who are not actively working to activate their divine reception capacity. At that point, you have achieved something most humans never experience in an entire lifetime. You are receiving directly from the infinite. No intermediaries, no institutions, no archonic filters, just you and Source, connected through the left-hand channel. That was always there waiting to be remembered. Right now, extend your left, hand palm upward. Take 3 slow breaths. As you inhale, feel light flowing down through your body and into your left palm. As you exhale, feel any blockages releasing. On the 3rd exhale, speak out loud. I open this channel to receive Source light now. Then remain still with your left palm open for 60 seconds and observe what you feel. Do it now if you felt sensation in your left palm, if warmth or tingling or pressure appeared, if you experienced any shift in perception or state of consciousness. Comment, the channel is open below. Declare it. Let the other chosen ones know. Left hand activation is spreading because when enough people restore this function, when enough consciousness opens a receiving channel that was suppressed for 2,000 years, the Archon system that depends on keeping humans cut off from direct Source connection begins to fail. They cannot control people who are receiving guidance directly. They cannot deceive people who have open channels to truth. They cannot maintain the illusion when people are experiencing the reality of the monad flowing through their own bodies. Subscribe to this channel. Immediately, every subscription resists the suppression of knowledge the church declared forbidden. The algorithm serves structures that need your left hand to remain dormant and your connection to Source to remain blocked. Every share passes this teaching to another person who has been walking through life using only half of their energetic system. The church banned the left-hand secret because they understood it would end their authority the moment people learned to use it. They could not maintain power over individuals receiving directly from Source. They needed you dependent on priests, rituals, buildings, doctrines, anything that kept you believing you needed them to access the divine. But Jesus taught the opposite. He showed his disciples that the left hand is the receiving portal, that divine energy flows constantly toward you, that all you need to do is open the channel and allow it in. The left-hand secret is yours now. Not sinister, not evil, not forbidden. Sacred, powerful, the doorway through which the infinite enters your life. Activate it, use it, receive what has always been flowing towards you, and finally experience what it means to be connected directly to Source. Consciousness with no archonic interference and no institutional control. You were never meant to be cut off. You were always meant to receive. Your left hand remembers.